This is reggae artist Nesbeth, and this is IFE Top 10. Don't change the dial. My birthright name is Greg Nesbeth. So let me try to retrace the step to see how best I can give you a little about Greg Nesbeth and not just Nesbeth. I hail from the inner city community, Kingston, Jamaica to be exact, Trenchtown, Waterhouse, Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 11, 12 and 13. Grew up with my mom and sister and brothers. Humble beginning. Of course, you know the inner cities where the less fortunate gathered not by choice. So we're there trying to make much of just about whatever is at our disposal. And we were taught to use whatever is there to make ourselves comfortable. So in other words, we have to make ourselves comfortable in an uncomfortable situation and do what we have to do. And growing up as a youth in the inner city, life wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. It was rough because most of the time it was only my mom. She passed on now. Rest in peace, Mama Gloria. And my dad was always out, looking the bread to put on the table. So of course, it will be challenging, and it was challenging. And growing up in the inner city, you were taught that not being tough means physically tough. It means that you're a soft soap, and when you're a soft soap, you will get run over by just about anybody else who consider themselves being tough. So it has become a way of life, how to defend yourself. And just like any other inner city youth, we were exposed to the football, music likewise, but violent plague our communities. Because of course, as I stated earlier on, it was where the less fortunate gathered not by choice. And so when less fortunate comes together, and some of the time them don't stop to reason out any situation. Because sometimes they cannot find the words to express themselves best. So they tend to take it physically. And so I came up through that situation. Nevertheless, I am here. So I've gone through many storms, sleepless nights, nights without food, sometimes one pair of shoes. But nevertheless, my mom, at that time, I think, did as much as she could possibly do. I wanted better. I wanted better. So does a lot of my friends. Some never make it this far. But that was, just a little snippet of who Nesbeth was. I was always the humble type of a person. I get hungry at times. Again, as I said, when you grew up in communities of such, sometimes it forces you to be who you are not. But doing so, I've survived it. I've survived it. And I have to say it over and over and over again, because in some way, shape, it's like it is like a blessing to reach this far. It's really a blessing to reach this far, because the pressure you undergo in the inner city with little or nothing will force you to be, as I stated earlier, who you're not. So I can't count the amount of friends that lost their life along the way. I have more dead friends than friends that are alive. So that's supposed to say it all. But nevertheless, again, as I said, I always want to do the best I can. And there are times when I have done the best, and it seems as if it wasn't good enough. But nevertheless, I have to pick up myself, brush myself off, and then move forward. So I came through school and didn't have any subjects, so I didn't have to go work, typical 9 to 5 work on the site, in the supermarket, name it. Some of the jobs that will pay you little or nothing. But that little or nothing was so much, because having nothing teaches you how to appreciate whatever you get, especially when you know that you put your shoulder to the wheels and do whatever you do in legal manner. Yeah, that's the term. So again, that was Nesbeth. I love sports. I love playing soccer, and there was so much. But again, as I said, it was a life that if I have to live, I would live it all over again. Why? Because I've walked that path and I understand it more. Looking back on those days, I understand it more than when I was treading that journey. So I am well knowledgeable of such journey, and it has helped to mold me into who I am. So the Nesbeth that I am now, the Nesbeth that you're seeing, has been molded through the Greg Nesbeth. So without the Greg Nesbeth, then there wouldn't be any Nesbeth. So if I tell you I would want to take anything away from the Greg Nesbeth, then it will never end enough to be the Nesbeth you're seeing. Football, soccer, yeah, I have a natural skill in that area, in that field. I love it. They used to call upon me as a juvenile to play the community league, and every time there's any competition as it relates to soccer, it's like it couldn't go on without me being a part of it. And always teeth out of me hard to play soccer, even when me know when I come back I get beaten. But the love for it was more to me than the beat. When I know I'm gonna get it, so soccer, I would be playing that. Rastafari is more for the people, and them will take, them will lead a pack, and will go out there in the storm to tell the people, say, listen, there's a storm in this direction. They'll make sacrifices in many ways. So it is important because you have to know where you're coming from in order to know where you're going. And it's not just music alone. You have to find yourself and do what you have to do in order to move, to get by. And not just the Rastafarian culture is a culture that normally educate people of who they are, where they're coming from, and where they're supposed to be. And it allows you to find yourself as well. So again, as I said, I wouldn't just subject the Rastafarianism to music. It's a life thing. But then again, there's so many other things out there that people would say otherwise. But that's just my opinion. After I sang My Dream, then I was then known to the public. Like I wasn't anymore secret. And I was always a secret in a boardhouse. I've peeked to it, but still remain a secret until my dream just took me across the line. So I was then fully accepted as an artist, and through that comes a whole lot of things. And Popcorn, My Dream was one of his favorite songs, and you definitely see him singing the song time after time, like dancing to it and all of that. So whenever we cross path in the street, he would definitely show that love, and I could feel that love from a genuine point. And so I told him my company was putting out an album, and he said Nesbeth have to be on it, and I said okay. And so from there on we keep the links. We go to shows and call me up on shows, and we kind of keep the link. And the link to me goes deeper than just music, because if it was just music alone, I wouldn't be around him like that. I realized that he have a certain energy, and that energy kind of, I feel the part of the energy in push forward. I feel like I am feeling myself, because it's the same identical energy I have, and so it kind of have the. So from there, so we kind of hang out a time or two. Of course, when he's not busy or when I am not busy, so free time, and hence why you could see us in the kitchen, and and just by the things that we're saying, it does tell you how freely and how genuinely the connection is, and that's basically it. And he kept his word, because the song that we did is called Trial, and it's on my debut album Amen. So he kept his word. We did a nice track. Many people loving the track, and many people love the track. And again, now we keep the link. So through the link comes great things. And music is not for today or tomorrow neither. So you still can expect nothing but the best moving forward. Well, my first, I would advise them to seek professional assistance as it relates to the business, because the way in which I choose to approach the business may be personal, and you might have additional things that you want to do that will open different business doors. But you just have to seek professional advice and be and educate yourself as it relates to whichever aspect of it you are interested in. And as you said earlier, and say some people that think it's a walk in the park. Nothing is wrong with thinking that it's a walk in the park, because sometimes it do happen, like a walk in the park, regardless of how struggling others might find it, because you never can tell. The universe operates in such a way that sometimes it happens for you when you least expect it, and you may not put in as much work as somebody that has been in it for quite a period of time has put in. So I would not tell you that it is so much of a mountain to climb, because I have climbed so many mountains, because I do understand that life have its way of presenting certain things. And so the most I can say, if you think it is easy and you decide to take it that route, you will then learn moving forward, because it's either going to be as easy as you think, or you're going to then start to realize that there are challenges. But from personally, I didn't make it this far um, overnight. So I have sleepless nights, and I got my fair share, and I'm still going through a lot also. I'm not going to say it is as hard as it used to be, but in every stages of life, every stages of life comes with different challenges, and the challenges I am facing now is not the challenges I used to face when I was down on the lower level. So every stages come with a different challenge. So you have to be mentally prepared to take on whatever the challenge is, that will come, if by any chance, any at all. But I think the best thing is to tell yourself that, okay, it can be easy. Just be realistic. It can be easy. It doesn't matter how talented you are. It can be easy as well as difficult time can come around. You can start off and it is moving smoothly, and then you jump off the grid. So what you have to do is mentally prepare for the time that you will enjoy yourself, and factor in a time that you will have to shed a little tears, but then brush yourself off and decide that, you know what, my eyes will forever be on the prize. So know what you want, and if you want what you want enough, then you will then do whatever you need to do in order to accomplish whatever your goals or whatever your aspirations are. So my journey, who knows, your journey might very well be more difficult than mine. My journey came through different times, you know, different era. So again, I can't even tell you much about the era that has passed. I can't say much to a man that is coming now, having a different tool to get by. I can say it was difficult, and if I choose to go in details, I'll probably pick some of the most significant things to highlight, but then I will still understand that because you are of this time, I will then have to zoom in on what it is that is at your disposal, and then I will give you the best advice moving forward. But I think the primary advice is, as I said before, know what you want, be serious about what you want, step to whatever you want, do what you have to do in order to accomplish whatever your dream is. Yeah, that's basically it. Mm. Well, as I said earlier, you have to subject yourself to changes. And what affects me, not just affect Nesbeth, it will affect the business we know it for. So a lot of record is not selling as much as before because of different things that is there, but it is now our duty to get in tune with whatever is there and see how best we can get the best from what is at our disposal, instead of sitting down comparing what we used to have with what is happening now. I think, yeah, looking back, it will, you know, it will pain your heart. That much I can say, because there's a lot of reduction, especially the sales. And so the more sales you get is the more you can generate, the more income you can generate. The less sale you get, you then have to seek other areas to generate that that cash. So what it do, it close down certain area and open the door. So you will have to educate yourself on the doors that are open, and see how best you can get through them and take up what belongs to you. Well, the reggae is more of the 1-2 beat, vibration, and it's more of a revolutionary music. The 1-2 beat, which is a slower beat, revolutionary music. It's always a bonfire upon the oppressors, regardless of where you're from, near or far, whichever color you're from. That's reggae. Defend the people with all costs. So that's basically reggae. The dancehall is of the moment. It's like, okay, this kind of dancing style, you know, the more tempo beat, and this kind of dance is in, you know, Jamaican nowadays that build different dances, and because dance are a part of our culture, you know what I say? And so the dance songs are like of the moment, yeah. I'm gonna talk about red are weird now, so I'm sing about red. You know, a dance, you broke your foot, I go on now, so I'm sing about broke your foot. So for every dancehall music, in most cases, It doesn't matter how many years ahead of time or down the line, you can then listen to a dancehall song and it takes you back to the year in question. Where reggae, you cannot do that because reggae is just one thing, revolution. Any which part, injustice, I go on. Reggae I beat that left, right, and center. How it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. So that's the message that it really put across the platform. But I do understand, so because a lot of people, dancehall is like a subgenre. You know, the reggae is the international name because the greatest um, artist from Jamaica, as we speak, you know, the king of reggae is none other than Bob Marley. And Bob Marley is a greater name as it relates to our music. And so Bob Marley give us a face, give us a look. So people zoom in from that because reggae is tied to Bob Marley. But the dancehall is also a part of our culture. And it's more of the up-tempo beat. And again, as I said, it's about the moment. Somebody drop this and body, yeah. People say, yeah, all right, put it in our song. So it's at the moment. But it is one music. One people, one music, one country. Well, I don't have the stats, but what I do know is that reggae dancehall has generated a large income for the country. And if it do so, what it also do is give a lot of people work and the money generate back in the system. So it is as important as one would want to believe. Whether you want to believe it or not, because it has such a large income and it is doing so much, it is important to whatever extent you want. It is important to the development of our country because it takes money to do so. And if reggae dancehall is contributing to that, then it is only fair to call it what it is. It is important for the development of our country. It is doing so as we speak from the get-go, and it continues to do so. So I don't know which other way to put it. If it was a situation where it wasn't making any money, but yet still everything was going on, then one could easily argue my opinion, but such is not the case because the stats are there to show that reggae dancehall has done so much. So it is important to the development of our country. I think the connections we just need to make the right connections and do what we have to do whenever such time comes. And so many of our artists has reached to that point and they have inked deal, but for some reason we have gotten so much, but still we see room and space for improvement. Can't beat them down because it took a whole lot. It takes a whole lot to reach where some of the greater names are. But I believe with a business head and with people that understand the importance of making such collaboration, then it will take us where we really want to go. But for now, I think we're just doing what we do best by just making music and whatever deal come along, some drop through the crack while some move forward and some of the deal is not the best, but of course, you know, they settle for whatever because sometimes such is life. You have to accept what you can until you get what you want. So I hope and pray to me, I hope and pray that that will change soon and very soon. And I hope that when that change can come about, I will definitely be among the batch of artists that will make it happen. Or if not, I will be that artist. I am signed to a company, so if by any chance any deal get turned down, it will definitely be from a negotiation point with from a company to a company. and I'm not of the knowledge. There's so many things goes on behind closed doors. Artists may not know as much as they would want to know in cases, in situations as such. Whoever represents you, you would want to believe that they would represent you in the best way, shape, and form. You're not just an artist, it's a brand, and so whatever decision they're gonna make must give the brand life, and must not only do something for the brand but do something for the business itself. And doing something for the business will in return do something for the country. So basically, that is what it is. So I'm not sure if any has gone that way, and I'm still not sure if any go otherwise. Through the music, people learn more about Jamaica than them could ever imagine. Yes, so the music itself definitely is a depiction of the people and the culture itself. So I honestly believe it is that. The music. And of course, you know, the music in 3 4 minutes can tell you so much that if you ever read a book, you probably still not get enough, you know. But the artistic way of putting it together can teach you so much. So I guess the music is definitely enlightening the people. Definitely with about Jamaica in a natural way. You know, me I say additive is like those raw. You know, from a scholar point, they could subtract that line there and put in that line there and pretty up. But in a lot of cases, the music just, yo, if I say people are bad, them are bad. If I say you do the people harm, you do the people harm. And whether you like it or not, think where you want, think, do what you want to do. But don't sing it already. You know what I say? So it is what it is. They definitely highlight the culture in so many ways. You can't get rid of them because in reality, just like them say, judge not and you won't be judged. It's one of them things the way sometimes words just say some things and sound nice, you know. And everything was so nice, you know. Because in reality, all of us judge at times, and what we will use judge is our knowledge. Because if I know that the man who's classified as a robber always having pantsuit cut off, and I see you come up the road with a cut off pantsuit, the first thing to my mind is a robber. You know what I say? So I don't really bash people for being stereotyped. The fact that you are stereotyped, it tells me that you know about my region. You know a little about my region. But if you are stereotyping, it's not who I am, then allow me to give you an side of my culture. So you found out about whoever, hence why you have such stereotype mind. So now I'm presenting another side of the culture. So feel free to accept it the same way you accept the stereotype. So it's not a problem. When I see you come across as a stereotype, I know that you're limited to what you know. And it is now my duty, if I have the time, to kind of expand, you know, broaden the knowledge so that you can move on with not only one thing now, but two things. And the next person in line will probably have a thing or two to teach us. So knowledge and knowledge and more knowledge. So the next stereotype kind of. I can stop and argue why you think that. You think that way, but then from a wise point, I understand the fact that you think that that's what you know. So again, as I said, if I have the time, I will impart a few more knowledge to you so that it can help you along the way. Everything about the people bother me, you know, because I kind of look on things sometimes deep, you know what I say? Mm-hmm. one of the greatest moments I've experienced is in my country, and that was the inauguration, the staging, the 2016 staging of the inauguration with um, the Honorable Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister at that time. That goes without saying. You know, that goes without saying. You know, in a city, you up on the inauguration stage, the greatest stage in any country. And not only that, because when we check, it was more than, it was history. Because I was not the first artist to grace an inauguration stage, but I am the first artist to be performing on an inauguration stage, and at that time joined by the Prime Minister or the President, and who helped me sing my song line for line. So that is unprecedented. So never, you know. So I opened that door. So I'm telling the rest of the artists that it can happen. And I'm also telling the youth from the inner city that you can be who you want to be if you do what you have to do. Yeah, so that's my greatest, that is that moment. But I have a few, I have a number of them, but again, as I said, the 2016 staging of the inauguration is like, it make everything else just look small. You know what I say? But I have a whole lot of good experiences, because one of my greatest things is to meet and greet with people. Not just from near, from far, you know, people from all walks of life. Because my music brings forth a level of joy, and you know, I am from the hope side of the music. You know, I instill hope in my music, and I realize that so many people out there are hopeless. So I just want to do as much as I can do for this life, and not just for my music. So of course, when I go anywhere at all, and the people greet me with a open arms, it's a warm welcome to know that, you know, I can see the people that has been supporting me and get a chance to even interact with them, because hugging them and signing autographs for them, and yeah, it's a whole lot. So I have a whole lot of good experience, and I have bad experience as well. But again, I understand that it comes with the package. There's no good without bad, there's no bad without good, there's no life without death, there's no death without life. So if I'm willing to accept one, I have to accept that. But as I said, in this life, I've had so many good experiences, and I have so many bad experiences. And I hope and pray that the ones that come forward with their bad vibration will realize that we just need to fix things and forward, because we are family, we are one blood. We're not supposed to have no differences, but life is what it is anyway. But again, music has done so much for me, so I'm really and truly happy. Music has saved my life. Music has helped me to feed my family, and also helped me to preserve the life of others. So music, I think it's a plus. There's a whole lot of pluses, you know, across the board. So it is what it is. Still working on my debut album, and of course, you know, the name of the album is Amen, and the acronym is Anne Marie Elliott Nesbeth. That is my late wife. She has done so much, and she has helped to contribute to Brand Nesbeth. So I will always remember her, and being a nice person, being a nice wife, being a nice mother, baby mother, and so on and so forth. So the album, we were still promoting the album along with some other singles that has been out after the album. There's 14 tracks on the album. Remove My Enemies is on the album. My Dream is on the album. Success Stories on the album. Amen, the track that I did for my wife, is on the album. A track with myself and Junior Reid is on the album. Myself and Assassin is on the album. And of course, Popcorn with Trial, of course, and Diamond Boy, and so on and so forth. And I, I, I did a couple more songs that is out now. They Will Let You Down, Overcome, and so many songs. Sometimes I forget the songs, but we're promoting those songs and we're still promoting the album. Of course, it's my debut album, so it means a lot to me, and it's a powerhouse. The album is an album if you truly love music, as you said, reggae dancehall. I think it's an album you definitely want to have in your collection. And I'm not even trying to tell you this because I'm forcing you to go and get it. Why I would want you to get it is because it is an album of hope. And at some point of our life, we need some words of encouragement, some uplifting words. And me myself, sometimes I feel down, listen back to a Nesbeth song along with some other artists, songs that have the uplifting vibration there. Build my vibe, build my energy and move on, because we're only human, so we're gonna have our down moment. And as I am sitting right here now, I just came from the police station because we were looking at putting together a permit for my brother wake. So my little brother passed on, Anthony Brown, just 30, passed on sick and died. And his funeral is the Sunday the 22nd. So tomorrow evening is his wake. So of course, I have to be jumping around to see how best I can make him later rest in a nice way, So I have that at hand. I am going to Canada next week for a show in Toronto on the 28th, and I return to Jamaica because I just came back from the United States of America. I did a show in New York and in Washington DC and one in Philadelphia, and I came back to Jamaica about a week ago, and I'm looking forward to go to Canada next week. And when I return, I'll be here for like a week or so, and then I'll be journeying, and then I'm off to Texas. 2 places in Texas, Dallas, Texas, and I don't remember which other place in Texas. But then I return to Jamaica, San Antonio. I'm going to San Antonio, and then back to Jamaica, and then Connecticut, back to America, Connecticut, and so on and so forth. And I've scattered dates in the country, in and around the island. And of course, I've always been in the studio trying to just do as much as I can possibly do, because again, I'm committed to give my contribution where music is concerned, and I'm trying to do it the best way possible. I'm trying to make sure that my music becomes my legacy, clean quality music that can stand the test of time. So I have a whole lot of things coming up, but there's so much I can't remember now because my head is all over the place. Yeah, but so much. Anything is possible, because if the time is right and that vibe, you know, connect with the sign of Nesbeth that is supposed to connect, then you may never know. But I'm committed to do as much as I can do, as I said, and I'm just gonna keep it as real as possible and make sure that whatever I'm putting forward is something that will be substantial. Just for whatever reason, it will have the sense of hope in it, because that's what I stand for across the board. And you know, I can't come off the interview without, you know, blessing up my kids them, because I love them. My team Nesbeth, and I just want to tell everyone that has always been supporting Nesbeth, thank you very much. And for the ones that probably watching now and just stumbled across the name Nesbeth, yeah, I just want to say, if you do your research, you will see and you will understand a little bit more about Nesbeth. Yeah, I am who I am, and I stand for peace, I stand for love, and yeah, it's peace across the globe, you know. It doesn't matter which country you're from, it doesn't matter which religion you are aligned with. I say love across the world, and I appeal to everyone to find that self-love so that you can love your neighbor. And for all the upcoming artists, and not just artists, if you aspire greatness, just believe in yourself, glance your past, acknowledge your present, and focus on your future. So just glance your past, acknowledge your present, and focus on your future. You can't go wrong. You cannot know where you're going if you don't know where you are, and you can't know where you are if you don't know where you're coming from. So it's 3 in 1. So if you can just glance your past, because it's important to know where you're coming from. And once you have a full knowledge of where you're coming from, it will help to mold you the mindset you need to move forward. So again, glance your past, acknowledge your presence, and focus on your future. Never go
wrong. Hope you liked our video. If so, subscribe. Don't forget the bell for notifications, and give us a thumbs up. Let us know what you're thinking by writing a comment, or visit IFETOP10.com for more entertainment news. Thanks for watching.